Dear students, this is the explanation of page 90 of the poem My Mother at 66. Driving from my parents' home to Cochin last Friday morning, I saw my mother beside me, doors open mouthed, her face ashen like that of a corpse, and realized with pain that she was as old as she looked. In the very first line, the poet indicates that she is driving from her parents' home to Cochin. She is going to Cochin, and the time is that of last Friday morning. Later on in the poem, we come to understand that she has reached an airport, so perhaps she is going to Cochin airport or she is going to an airport to reach Cochin. And she is coming from her parents' home, and the time, as I told you before as well, was that of last Friday morning. I saw my mother. The poet observed her mother, who was sitting beside her. Doors open mouthed, her face ashen like that of a corpse. The poet realized that mother was sleeping, and while sleeping, her mouth was open. Her face looked like a dead body. Corpse means a dead body. Her face, mother's face, was ashen. Ashen means colorless, dull, lifeless. Her mother's face was as dull, as lifeless, as colorless as that of a dead body. Dear students, notice here the use of poetic device simile. The mother's face has been compared to a dead body, and the use of the word like shows that the use of simile is here. Mother's face is compared to a corpse, a dead body, and realized with pain. On looking at the dull, dim, lifeless face of the mother, the poet realized with pain that she was as old as she looked. That mother was not only looking old, she was actually that old. Not only she was looking like a dead body, she was actually going to be converted into a dead body. And obviously, as a daughter, this thought was painful to the poet. But soon put that thought away. But poet wanted her mind to get clear of this thought. She doesn't want to think of the approaching death of the mother. That is why, in order to divert her mind, she looked out of the window, and what she looked at young trees sprinting, the merry children coming out, spilling out of their homes. While she looked out of the window, she saw that the young trees were running, as it is a common experience that while we are sitting in a moving vehicle, the outside stationary objects seem to be moving, and this is how the outside trees seemed to be sprinting, seemed to be running to the poet. And she also saw that some happy children were spilling means hurriedly coming out of their homes to play. So there is contrast between inside the car and outside it. Inside the car, mother was dozing, and outside the trees were sprinting. So there is lack of action and action outside the car and lack of action inside the car. Similarly, the trees are young, the children are also representing youth, and inside the car there is old age. Outside the car, the children are happy, and trees also depict the happiness of nature. And inside the car, the poet is sad at the thought of her mother's death. So there is contrast between inside the car and outside it.